Alright, welcome back everybody, hope you're doing well. So, we're living in a time where people are super entitled, right? And not just to things that are expected, right? But to things that are in their mind. And this situation kind of reminds me of girlfriend-boyfriend situations where someone is supposed to read your mind and give you the most appropriate response, or you just get super mad and you just break up, right? So today we're talking about someone who's complaining on Twitter about their job, right? Pretty much their grandma passed away, and they asked like the manager or the company for a day off, and the company gave it to them, but they weren't nice enough to them, so they got mad about it and made like a viral tweet with like 200,000 likes. And I just don't understand why this got any attention at all, because this response is pretty normal. So pretty much this person says, I found out my grandma died this morning, and this was my job's response. Now you'd probably expect something like, I don't care about your grandma, go get to work, right? If they said that, obviously they're heartless and cruel, and you should probably leave the job if you can't have the financial capability to. But let's just see what the super evil management or the super evil boss said to this person. So this person says, hey, you were in at 11, is everything okay? So pretty much this person was supposed to show up at work at 11 a.m. It is now 11:33 a.m. So they dropped him a message and say, hey, is everything okay? Why didn't you show up to work? Now the Twitter person responds saying, my grandma passed away, I'm sorry, I just found out this morning, do you mind if I take this day off? Perfectly valid response, hey, my grandma died and sorry I couldn't make it, do you mind if I take the day off? Now this is the part that absolutely enraged this person, right? That's fine, for the future let us know ahead of time no matter how early so we can get your shift covered. Now the Twitter person gets furious at this, right? That based on this one text message, they say, okay, I'm out, I'm resigning, I'm leaving my job. You clearly don't value your employees and you have no human decency, where do I put my 2 weeks in, right? The message after this is, who do I need to talk to in order to put my 2 weeks in? And this pretty much means you're gonna quit. It's called 2 weeks notice, right? You pretty much just give it to your employer to signal that you're gonna quit. Now let's just go back and see exactly what they got so mad over that they left their job. So the person asks if they can take the day off, and the boss is like, yeah, that's fine, but for the future, let us know ahead of time, no matter how early, so we can get your shift covered. In any job, you have a role, right? And sometimes we're working in a team. So if you're not going to show up, naturally, people would want some sort of notice so that they can fill in your position. Now, don't worry, I'm not heartless. I will admit that this isn't the best response, right? Like, if I was a manager, I'd be like, sorry for your loss, take the day off, take care of yourself, and come back when you're ready, right? But would I actually resign my job over this one text that is perfectly okay, by the way? Like, it's a generic response. Let us know ahead of time, right? They probably didn't even see that you said she died this morning. They probably deal with these issues like all the time. They've got a bunch of employees just saying, oh, my family member died and all that. So we'll give them the day off, but, you know, just let us know in the future, earlier. In this case, obviously, you could have texted like 2 hours earlier or whatever, but nobody expects you to right after your grandma died or whatever. It's not that hard, but the other way also, it's not that hard. Like, it's okay. It's okay that you texted it at 11 a.m., right? Like, it is insensitive, right? But it's not that insensitive that you would quit your job. Like, you're so in your Twitter world that you expect everyone to act exactly how you want, and that's just pathetic. And you guys know the best part? You know what's the funniest part about all of this? This is the original tweet, right? That got 200,000 likes. And then she attached another tweet, 2 tweets below. This tweet got 3,000 likes, right? So nobody saw it. And this was a message that she left out. Don't worry about it. We'll get the rest of your shifts covered. Wow, I wonder why they hid that in the original text. I mean, it's so easy to include it. Could it be to paint this company in the absolute worst light possible and farm likes on Twitter? So let me just summarize the situation, right? She asked for a day off of work. She got her day off. They said it was fine. And they said they would take care of all of her duties. You don't need to worry about it, right? And because they didn't say, hey, I really care about your grandma. She was like my grandma, in fact. Like, do you want some sugar and chocolates? Maybe some roses? Like, why would they respond like that? They have a company to run. It was a business text. Now, I don't know if this company cares about you or whatever, but you can't judge based on that one text. Like, I don't know which company you're talking about or which boss or whatever, but I don't know if they care about you, but based on that text, like, you texted them for work, they replied for work. Like, I would be a little bit more considerate, but if someone did this to me, I wouldn't quit my job over it. Like, you're so sensitive. Like, this is literally a prime example of a Twitter person not surviving in the real world. Bruh, they literally gave her the day off for grieving and said don't worry about it. She upset because they didn't respond in the way she felt she was owed. Management didn't do anything wrong. All they said was to let them know earlier next time. Listen, it is a stupid response if you hyperanalyze it, because how would you know if your grandma died earlier, right? I mean, you would know like 2 hours earlier, but you know, that's excusable. But it's just a generic response by management. They probably didn't even read the text, okay? You don't need to take it so personally, like this is your girlfriend texting you something so insensitive, right? My best friend is a supervisor. His dad died unexpectedly from a heart attack around 12 a.m. I watched him call his boss at 6 a.m. to let him know he won't be able to work for at least 2 weeks. His shift started at 8 a.m. Grieving doesn't absolve you of personal and professional responsibility. And you might argue saying that how hard is it to say sorry for your loss or something like that, right? But then you can argue the other way saying how hard is it to send a text message a couple hours earlier, right? I'm sorry for your loss, but I still don't see what the manager did wrong. She didn't berate you, and it's not in their job description to show empathy. Okay, I don't agree with this. You need to have a little human decency, but yeah. I understand the pain of losing a loved one, and I may have made the same choice, but I wouldn't be mad at this response. Yeah, I wouldn't be mad. Valid response, they do have a company to run. I mean, they were just saying pretty normal responses. You're goofy for taking offense to that. It's like nowadays, if you don't respond in the picture perfect way that someone expects of you, like, it's just not acceptable. Like, I don't know, have you never experienced someone ever being rude to you in your entire life? And honestly, like, if you can leave your job that easily over a little text, you're pretty privileged, okay? Most people can't leave their jobs because manager was mean to them. Like, that they literally weren't even mean to you, but you just kind of interpreted it that way. They were just a bit careless. I don't know, man. I may get called heartless for this, but come on. Like, what do you want? Condolences from your boss or management? Like, who the heck cares? You know it's fake anyways. If they did say sorry for your loss, like, they don't even know your grandma. They're like, bruh. They don't give a heck about your loss, okay? Why do you want them to lie to you? Anyways, man, don't quit your job over this. This is just pathetic. Like, imagine telling your dad you quit your job and your dad asks you, hey, what happened? And you say, manager sent me text and didn't say sorry for your loss for grandma. Nobody's gonna keep you in this super special Twitter environment where everybody's nice and polite, okay? The Twitter bubble is actually pathetic. I can't, man. That's it. Subscribe if you're new. Smash a like if you enjoyed. Thank you for watching. And yeah, just don't care about what other people think, please. God, I can't believe they quit their job over this, dude. I'm done. Bye.